Erasmus evening.
Hello everyone, this is Gabriela Jelonek speaking. Welcome to Erasmus evening, and today we have special guest who is not from foreign country but is from Poland. But this girl is that crazy that she were living in other country for 3 years. She was starting with Erasmus program.
Yes, that's me. Hello. My name is Katarzyna Heinze. I'm from Poznań.
Where you've been and what you were doing there for that long time.
Okay, so to start with, about Erasmus, I didn't want to go to Sweden. That wasn't my first choice, but I went there anyway. I wanted to go to Netherlands, but the exchange program was only for half a year, and I thought that's a little bit too short, because if you have an opportunity like that, I would like to squeeze it as a lemon as much as possible. So yeah, anyway, so then there was Denmark, but then Denmark offered only English program for master students, and I had been studying bachelor degree back then. So then I ended up in Sweden, and I studied environmental protection, and Scandinavia is well known for environmental friendly, so to say, thing. Okay, so I started in 2009 and I went to Sundsvall, Sweden. It's around 400 kilometers up north from Stockholm. And it was very nice. It was super extra nice.
I have one question. Why you have so beautiful British accent if you were studying in Sweden?
Well, because I have plenty of stories. So first of all, when I did my A-levels, I went to England to study first because I fell in love with a British boy and it was really nice and so on and tralala. Actually, everything connects with love here. So because I stayed in Sweden for 3 years because of love as well. Anyway, so I've been studying first in England and then I came back and then I went to Sweden, and in the meantime I've been to many other places. So maybe I'm gonna say a few words about the university. I studied conservation biology degree over there. So it's...
And what you were studying in Poland? The same?
Yeah, the same. Environmental conservation, so to say. And then there was like more like biology, more like theoretic thing, but more focus on the environmental aspects of that, like, I don't know, ecology, biodiversity, and so on and so on. And it was really, really nice.
I have a few questions about the university. How old is it? How many students are studying there? Is it bigger than Adam Mickiewicz University? How it look like? What about the city? It's a big city or small one?
No. It's not really a big city. Sundsvall was around, like, I think 120,000 inhabitants. And it was more like student city. So it was maybe a little bit more spread and more like wide city and so on. And it was like super extra nice nature over there, because then it was like it's located by the Gulf and surrounded by forest and little mountains, and this is like super nice, super really beautiful. And winter starts in October. It always started to snow before my birthday, so like around the 15th of October. And then the snow goes off May, June. You put a winter jacket in the wardrobe back in June. So that kind of sucks, but well.
Why you choose so cold country?
Yeah, well, so on. Anyway, coming back to the university, there are 3 campuses. There is Sundsvall campus, there is Härnösand campus, and there is Östersund campus. The school itself is not super old, because I think it came to life by fusion of 3 other schools, and it was established around, I think, 1993, so something like that. And so far I read they produced around 22,000 graduates by 2009. I don't know how does it look like right now. There are plenty of international students because there are plenty of English programs, either English and either bachelor and master.
So you were studying then in Swedish language or in English?
No. I studied in English. I studied a little bit Swedish. Jag pratar svenska mycket bra. That means I speak Swedish very well. That's not really true. I can say what's my name. Jag heter Kasia. Jag studerar biologi. I study biology. Jag bor in Sundsvall. I live in Sundsvall. And jag gillar pepparkaka. I like gingerbread. so basically that's it. Pepparkaka, that's one of the most famous like sweets that they produce in this. You know, this gingerbread from IKEA, this special flavor, something like that, this crunchy thing. Yeah, so that's it. Basically.
So yeah, you were studying in country of IKEA.
That's
true.
Yeah, IKEA was everywhere. And they pronounce it super funny. I think they pronounce it like IKEA. I always pronounce it IKEA because I think it's funny, maybe. They didn't understand me over then, but it was super fun. Anyway, maybe I'm going to say a few words about how does the studying look like over there.
Maybe after a short music break.
Okay.
So which song you choose for us now?
Maybe to start with and put ourselves in a nice mood, I like this song from the guy is called Skinny Boy from Sweden. Isak Strand versus Toe. That's one of the nicest.
Today with me in our studio, Kasia, who were studying in Sweden. Finally, because you were traveling a lot and it was connected with love, of course.
Of course.
Why you choose as a place to studying Sweden?
Just because it's a very nice, there is a lot of opportunities when it comes to environment protection. They do care about the environment, I think, more than other countries. They use lots and lots of recyclable power and green power and so on. And I always wanted to see Scandinavia anyway. So basically that's it. That I ended up over there, and they accepted me. And then I went there with a friend of mine. So it was nice to have somebody to come to with. Yeah, basically that's why I ended up in Sweden.
To which semester you were going there?
That was the third semester of the bachelor studies, so
Summer or winter?
Winter. I went there for entire year, so the program was for 1 year, 2 semesters. And they start a little bit earlier than here, so I went there around, I think, last or third week of August. And the school starts... There was this 1 week of introduction classes or something like that, and like to get around and like to mix yourself with the environment and so on. And then the first week of September, I think we started school and classes and so on. So that's how it looked like.
And how many points ECTS you had to get? 30, 60?
Kill me now. I have no idea. I don't remember, but I didn't have super extra awesome grades anyway. I had mostly 3 and 4s, and so I had just had E's and the Z's.
What's the system of getting degrees in Sweden? Is it different than in Poland?
Yeah, we have the score from 1 to 6, 3. We started 3 here.
Okay, here 2 to 5.
Oh, 2 to 5. Okay, I forgot already. Anyway, so in Sweden you have this system with letters. So from A to F, and F is the worst, and A is the best. And you need to have E to have it passed exam or whatsoever. I think I had maybe 40 something, if I remember well, but I didn't have nice grades anyway, so because I didn't study a lot here to get there, so I didn't like the studies here. Well,
but after Erasmus, you didn't come to Poland, so you didn't have to pass any other exams in Poland.
No. When I got accepted, and then I started studying over there, and then I met another love of my life. It was so nice that I kind of dropped the studies here and transfer entirely to this other university, and I graduated from the other university.
What are the differences between studying here in Poland and studying in Sweden?
I think the system is nicer over there than here, because here we had 10 or 6 subjects, and then there is the winter term or the summer term, and we need to pass 20 exams within 2 weeks, and either you learn by heart, you memorize, or you cheat, or you do I don't know what, and then 3 days later you don't remember anything from the exams that you've been studying to. And over there, it's like that you have 1 or 2 course of your choosing, and it lasts around like 1.5 month. And then after that, you have an exam. So you prepare yourself for 1 or 2 courses. And I think that's better because then you learn more, you memorize more, and then the knowledge stays in your head. So yeah, it looked like that. And then I had like 4 or 6. I think I had 4 courses per semester. So it was something like that. And the value of the STC points is a little bit different because here, since we had more subjects here, they are less valuable, so to say. And over there you have a course, and the course is around like 10 or 15, no, it was 7.5 points, one course that lasted this 1.5 months, or 15 points depending on the course. I had this scientific literature exercise, or so to say workshop, and they were for this 15 points, and other subjects like zoology or plant physiology whatsoever I had for 7.5 points.
Was it easier for foreign students to pass the exams or not? Or they were treated the same as normal students from Sweden?
No, we were treated exactly the same. What was nice, I think, and it helped us to break the ice. The first, we could title or talk to everybody by just first name. So there was no like, you talk to the professor here and you said, Mr. Professor, tralala, and stuff and so on. And over there it's just like Bege or something. I had a professor called Bege or Stefan and so on. You just call them by first name, and this is really nice because then you can like adapt yourself easier, and they treat you like a human being. So this is kind of nice.
That's surprising. I thought that this is more official in Scandinavia than in Poland.
It wasn't like that. Often we had coffee, and in England they have 5 o'clock tea time and cucumber sandwiches, and over there you have fika time, and fika is like this sweet stuff, or coffee or bread and so on. And then we just had lunch together and or stuff like that, and it was really nice to adapt yourself as well and to get a better contact with the teachers and so on. So this is really nice. We also had like a tutor or a student tutor. So in the student union, if you had problems whatsoever, you could go there and say, I need, I don't know, help with renting the apartment, or to get a student ID or Swedish personal number whatsoever you needed to have. So you had assistance from school as well. So that was really nice too.
What you had to do before going there to get an Erasmus in your faculty? Did you have to write some special essay, or I don't know, did something extra?
No, I had to. I did my application via USOS, so I had to write like a covering letter. Why do I want to study over there, and why do I want to study abroad in the first place? And I need to give them my grades, I think, and yeah, basically the application. And then that was the first stage or first step of the application. And then after that, I had a conversation with, I think, some English-speaking people from the faculty, and and after that, 2 weeks later or something like that, I got a reply that I got accepted or not.
So it was more difficult than in Faculty of Journalism and Political Science, because we just write an application and you have also an interview. Maybe it's a little bit harder.
No, I don't know. Since I said I did that in 2009, maybe it changed back then, so I don't know.
It depends on the faculty. Okay, and what about the documents when you come there? Did you had any problems with do that stuff, or it was easy and everything were signing what you needed?
No, it was kind of easy. I had the papers from this university. I needed to give them to them. Then about renting in an apartment, I live in a dormitory. And this dormitory, we did everything on the internet, via internet. So we applied for a room in a dorm, and then we got a reply via email as well. So everything was done before we came there.
Do they have any special system like USOS in Poland?
Yeah, they had like this platform. I don't remember what was the name, like the student platform, and then you could see every subject that you were attending to, every course, and all the grades you had, and all the assignment you need to do, and this and that. So yeah, we had that too.
How long were classes?
Yeah, classes were awesome because I didn't have to be at school a long time. I think like approximately on average I had 4 up to 6 classes a week, and they were like, if that was a lecture, maybe I had a lecture lasting for 2 hours or something like that, and then a break always in between. And yeah, and when somebody needed to make a call, or I don't know, go to pee, or I don't know, have a coffee or something like that, there was never a problem. I also had Swedish classes in the evenings, but that kind of sucked because it was 30 people in a class, and then, you know, learning a language with 30 other people, that kind of sucked donkey balls. But yeah, well, that's why maybe I can say only jag heter Kasia and jag gillar pepekaka. And Hemp Shop is a grocery shop over there, and that's what I remember. Yeah.
Okay, and to the exams, do you have to wear really elegant as in Poland or not?
No. It was there is no like dressing code to go to an exam whatsoever. People most of the time, because exams were kind of long. It was around 5 hours. Of course, you could go to the bathroom, and the bathroom was always within the area of the exam room. Like there was this big ass exam room, and next to it there was just the bathroom, so you didn't leave the room. And the exam looked like that everybody had to have the ID, either Swedish or of your own country, of origin, and so they checked your identity, and then you could write an exam, and then you could have food and eat in the meantime if you needed or wanted or whatever. So that was kind of okay. Oh, and I had about the exam, I wanted to say that it was not with every course, but I had one course called biodiversity, and it was really nice. We had a special book for that, and it was open questions, so writing like essays or something like that about stuff, and we could have a textbook on the exam. So it wasn't about learning by heart everything, so it was more like practice stuff to be able to find information when you need them. And we also had lots of field trips too, and we've been focusing on the practical stuff, and that was really nice as well. So.
Did you have access to library?
Yeah, we had library too. Pretty nice. We also had like this internet access to books from the other campuses, and lots of articles and scientific papers when needed. And so what was nice about the library, when I was writing my bachelor thesis, I wrote that about phytoplankton quantification and qualification in the water, oleographic sea, and so on. Okay, whatever. About the small plants living in the water in the lake. So I've been traveling to a lake that was around 40 kilometers away from my town, let's say, and the university paid me for the train tickets. That was nice, and then they gave me food too. That was really cool as well. And my mentor said that if I need any other textbooks to do that, and they don't have it in the library, I should just go to the library and say I need this and that book, and they would order it for me. So that's really like lots of assistance and helpful and stuff. So
this is pro-student system.
Very, very. So that was really nice as well.
Okay, more about students' life after a short music break, and what do you have for us? What Swedish?
Okay, right now, maybe to move into a little bit nice hot spot, maybe we should go with Captain Rod and Saknade Vänner, please.
En morgon.
you were studying in Sweden, and we were talking about students' card. Did you had any discounts?
You mean public transport?
Also, museums.
But it wasn't really connected with the student card, so not having it. It was more like when you've been under certain age, under 26, I suppose, then you just had a discount on buses and trains and so on. And when it comes to museum, the situation was the same.
Okay, and I have another question, which is important for students who want to go to Sweden. How about the doctor? Did you had Ecos card or you had some special insurance? Yes.
I had this Euro
26
card, and I also had this from our public health system card thingy. But I didn't really have to go to the doctor, for heaven's sake, over there. So I don't really know. I know situations that somebody needed to go to the hospital and stuff and so on. But I think the student card is enough as well, because the university insures you a little bit as well in cases like that. It looks like when you need to go to the doctor on our Polish national health system card, you need to withdraw some money and pay some money in advance when you go to the doctor, and then the system returns you the money. So that's how it looks like so far I know.
Okay. And the other really important question, how about the place to live? You were living in dormitory, as you said before, and how it looks like when you are looking for a place to sleep. Is it cheaper to rent a room or to rent a room in a dormitory or in students' flats? Did you did it before, or someone helped you after you come to Sweden?
No, I did it before, as I said, via internet. Prices, when I was living there, the prices were approximately, you have to think about it, because I went to the dormitory and I needed to pay like around 2,600 crowns, and Swedish crown is like about half as a lot. So, and that was a single bed room, and I had a room for my own.
And if you count it for euro and that money that you get from the university, how much it was?
It was around 300 euros per month, and the money I received from university was around 440 euros monthly, so to say. But they were always late. This was really annoying. They were super late, and I needed to pay rent, and I couldn't pay the rent on time because they were late.
And it was enough, not?
No, it wasn't enough. I had to have my mom account thingy, so no, it wasn't enough. So yeah, the food is pretty expensive. Like when you compare basic grocery stuff like bread, and like bread, it was around 20 crowns, so 3 euros. Milk 15 crowns, so €1.5, and like other stuff, sweets and so on, also like around this amount of money. So you needed the food was around, so to say, 400 weekly, so 1,600 monthly, so around 400 euros you needed to have, or 300 when you were saving. You needed to have to be fed. So to say.
So you needed some more extra money from your parents to live there?
Yes, I needed some extra money from the parents.
How much?
I had some savings because I was working in England before I went there, so I had some savings, but I got like around 150 euros monthly extra money from my mom. That's how it looked like. Yeah, and you also wanted to go to, I don't know, grab a beer in the pub or something like that. So and that costs money too. You need to have money to get in the bar, and then to get the beer, which was super expensive as well. Or I don't know, go out and have a dinner, or travel around as well, and everything costs money. So you need to have the money, right? So
how about travels? Did ESN, this Erasmus Student Network in Sweden, worked well? They were organizing for you some special trips or not?
Yeah, they were organizing lots of trips. I went to see Härnösand, the other campus of the university, and Östersund, I think I went as well. And then I saw a lot on the field trips we had. We had the field ecology course, and we went to Norway to see the fjords and Atlantic Ocean and so on. So we stopped in every national park on the way, and then we lived in some like mountain area. I think it was called Areo or something like that. And yeah, then we walked and we saw mountains and stuff, and yeah, basically that was really nice. But I don't really enjoy going like maybe like a normal person to go to the big city and watch and sightseeing the buildings and museums and so on. I am really happy when I see a forest or a plant or a tree or a reindeer, whatever, and that really makes my day. So I was walking around in the forest around, and I was pretty happy with that.
That's nice. You are connected with nature, I think.
yes, since I studied
Forest girl.
yeah.
And I heard that in Sweden, because of IKEA, students have something special. It's called the smallest house in the world. And they have something like student city connected with small houses, where is one room, one bathroom, and a little kitchen inside, and one person is living in every house. Is it true or not? Is it just a legend?
I have no idea, to be honest. I don't know, but they have cottages like that, like you just described. When you go to a national park, so to say, they have lots of places like that, like wooden little cottages, and then you can just stay and sleep over there, and there is a fireplace. There is always some wood to make a fire and so on, and maybe they have houses
but
like
I'm
that.
asking about the campus, student campus.
The student campus. I lived in the city center. It wasn't really in the campus. The university was located a little bit out from the city center. I needed to walk around 15 minutes or 20 minutes to get to the university. There was a special neighborhood or a special district in the city where the students were living, and it was far away. It was like around 45 minutes of walking from the city center, and then they had like shared student apartments, and you've been living there. When you compare the prices when it comes to the dormitory that I was living and the shared apartment, they paid a little less than me, but I had a room that was completely furnitured and fully equipped, the kitchen and bathroom and so on. And when you go to the shared apartment, you need to get either used furniture like bed and stuff, or you need to buy yourself a new one. So actually,
In IKEA, of course.
of course, in the UK, in IKEA, but there is a special student network as well. And like when they move back or when they leave, they would sell the stuff because they don't need it, and you need to clear the apartment before you leave. So basically, students could always get like second-hand beds or other furniture or other stuff they needed.
Did you use public transport?
Yeah, I use public transport, the buses. What is different than here? You can't buy like a paper ticket to go. They have had the bus cards, like we have Pekka now, but I think it worked a little bit better than this that we're having, but whatever. You have to have the card. Either you pay when you go on the bus and you pay to the driver, but you have to do it with Visa card only. You can't pay with cash, you can't pay with Visa, Electron or MasterCard. You have to have a special card, and that was pain in the ass most of the times because my card didn't go well with that, and I always had to ask other people to pay for me with their card. So yeah, that's how it works basically. Yeah.
And do they have any trams, subway, maybe some public bicycles?
Yeah, in Stockholm, of course, they have trams and metro and subway and other stuff. In Sundsvall, not really. In Sundsvall, there were only buses, and like I think 7 or 9 lines only. It's not really a big city.
So it's better to walk around the
Yeah,
city.
we've been walking everywhere, and then after some time, when I decided that I'm staying, I got a bicycle. So I've been cycling to school and back and forth and somewhere else, whatever.
Okay, now I think it's time for another Swedish song.
Okay, now I want Måvits Apelknyckats Jazz. Very nice one, very catchy song.
Ge mig bröder och systrar, töser och pågar. Det är en glädje att presentera för er äppelknyckar. Ja!
how about being late in Sweden? Is it popular? Is it allowed? Or if you are late, you didn't enter to the class?
No, it's not really popular. Of course, there are people that always gonna be late. But you have this quarter, like academic quarter, like we have. The professors are not really late. It didn't really happen. Yeah, if you're late, then you're late. Then
Nothing happened.
Nothing happened. There was one guy in my class who was always late, and then the professor would just make stupid comments about that, but nothing else. Just so you know, everybody knew that he's gonna be late. So
Was it Spanish person?
no, it was a Swedish person.
Is something like you have just 15 minutes to being late, then you can't enter the class, like in Poland, or
No.
you have like all time?
No, you when you're late, then you're late. Nobody will throw you out of the classes when you're late. This is just your problem. You are going to miss this in the class. So nobody really cares about that.
What do you like? What you did like in university in Sweden?
I really did love the library. It was super well equipped, and I spent a lot of time there. Yeah, and there were also like desks and stuff you could use and work over there. I broke down and I smashed my laptop because I spilled tea over it. So I had to have a new one. And while I was kind of having it or not having it, I could borrow a computer from the library too. So that's really nice. Within the university, you had plenty of tables and chairs or benches, whatever, where you can sit down and relax. What I liked was now when I think about back then, I didn't like it because it was annoying. I'm talking about the lunch break. We had the lunch break from 12 to 1 every day. And yeah, that's nice. But when you have classes that last 4 hours, you don't want to spend entire hour in school having lunch. So yeah, that. But now when I think about it, well, it was 12 sharp. Everybody ended everything and dropped the pencils, and everybody went out to have food or go out, whatever, and have a rest. So it was like chilly and nice. So what I didn't like the weather, and that's basically the only thing I didn't like about Sweden at all in general. I didn't like the cold, and I didn't like the day lasting 4 hours. I didn't like the coldness. I remember the one weekend in December, we went out to have pizza all together with the other dormitory people or people on the party. I don't really remember who that was. And we ran to the pizza place, and it was 5 minutes, or approximately 5 minutes from the dorm. And it was minus 30 degrees, so my face basically was freezing, and I thought I'm gonna lose the nose, and that was bad.
Jesus, I won't spend that temperature. This is terrible.
Yeah, true.
Come on. Did you had any language course before going to Sweden and after coming there?
Like Swedish?
Yes, in Poland and organized by a university in Sweden.
No, in Poland I didn't have any classes. Of course, I had English here at Adam Mickiewicz University. When it comes to Swedish, I had a Swedish course that I spoke about. And it was once a week and 30 people in there, so not really. And the lady was like super fast, and she was speaking super fast in Swedish, and nobody could speak words, so nobody understood what she's speaking. And I was kind of like pointless for me. I tried to do it on my own, but you know, the student life, I didn't have time for that. So, well, you know.
What about other student activities after university classes? Did they had any student media or I don't know, football team?
Yeah, there was a student union, and student union was organizing stuff like that. If you wanted to, I don't know, attend to science club or whatever, or sport team of any kind, you could do stuff like that. I didn't really do anything when it comes to student activity besides of living in the dormitory, and there were always lots of people, and basically, you know, student life, I was reading a lot, and I had a lot of homework, because since we didn't have long classes within a day, we had to do stuff at home, like reading or writing essays and whatever. So I was studying a lot, and then of course I was meeting people and spending time with them. So that's basically what I've been doing.
About Song of Erasmus I will ask later, but now you prepared for us something special, Swedish again.
Yeah, that's the one that's, when I think about it, it reminds me about the parties. And when we've been to All Stars, one of the most crappy pub or club in Sundsvall, we've been screaming to the song and singing along, and that's what I remember from the song.
Were there many opportunities to go for clubbing, to partying outside?
Not really. There were 3 or 4 clubs. There was one student pub or student in the student house, and there was this student thingy, and then we had the All Stars that I was speaking about, really crashy place. Yeah, like 3 others. There was this one Stad Hall, like City Hall or something like that, but that was super expensive, so we didn't really go much over there. And then we've been having always like pre-parties at the dorm or at our dorm or over there in this student shared apartment place. And the culture of parties is a little bit different than here, because over there you start, I don't know, you meet with people 8 or 9, and then you meet and chill and hang out with them, and then around 12 or 1 a.m. you go out and you go to a bar. So that's a little bit different than here, I think, at least.
Okay, so now what's the name of the song?
Oh yeah, Highwayman, a Hofmaestro. Good luck, enjoy.
What surprised you in Sweden?
What surprised me? First of all, a special shop called Systembolaget. A hidden prohibition. You can't buy normal alcohol or regular alcohol in the store. You have to go to a special store. So you have to plan in advance if you want to have a party or not. And of course you can buy a beer in the supermarket, and then there is a normal version and it's 2% of alcohol, and then you have a strong option and it's 3% of alcohol. All the other alcohol is in the shop. And I had a rumor, I'm not really sure if that's true or not. I had a rumor that you need to show an ID when you go to this shop, and they collect data from your transactions, and if you buy too much alcohol, they would call you and say maybe you have a problem and maybe we should help you with the problem with the alcohol. So, well, what's also surprising, the food. The bread was really bad over there. It was super chemical and super sweet. I didn't really like the bread. I was making my own stuff. Surströmming, the super smelly fish. The fish in the can that is rotten and fermented, and you are not allowed to take it on the board of the plane. You can't have it. You can't have it either with the handed luggage or the check-in luggage. You can't have it at all. Because when you open it, you have to open it outdoors. Otherwise, it smells everywhere. Once in my dormitory in the corridor, one guy opened it, and he opened it on the balcony of the kitchen, and it was so smelly. Oh my god, really, really bad. And I can't really understand how people would eat something like that, but well.
Did you try it now?
Nah, I haven't tried that. No. I didn't have the guts apparently for that. No. The Northern Lights, this is really beautiful. In the winter, when the days are shorter and nights are longer, sometimes you could observe that, and experience is just makes you speechless. This is really beautiful. And of course I had a really nice day, and I had a great luck because the Northern Lights were just to be seen on the mountain. That was maybe 15 or 20 minutes of walking from my dormitory. So I was watching that. Another funny story might be the reindeers. The reindeers are such stupid animals. They are really big. When we've been on the field trip in Norway, we were coming back with the car. I think it was in the middle of the night. And then we had to stop because a bunch of these reindeers, they were just standing on the road and they wouldn't move. So, and I mean, you can't crash the animal or you can't chase it away or make it go. It wouldn't. It would just look at you and stare. Oh, I have a nice, very funny story. So I had this friend from United States, and his name was Britain. And he's coming to one of the terms that I've been, and there's this integration party. And everybody is having fun and tra-la-la and stuff, and it's really nice. And we are introducing one another. I think my brain switched off for a moment over there. He's telling me, hello, my name is Britain. And I'm looking at him. I didn't really know that he's from the States back then. And he's saying, my name is Britain, and I am, oh, hello, I'm Poland. And so it's like, and he's like, well, but I'm from the States, and Britain is my name. And I'm like, really? Really? Are you serious? And he did a really nice rap. I can give you some performance, Britain, if you don't mind, please. So the Britain's rap goes like, my name is Britain. I have a kitten. Her name is Pearl, and she's a girl. I come from Texas. My favorite show is Battle of the Sexes. Yeah, that is British rap. So very nice.
Oh my goodness!
Very
he tried
nice.
to impress girls with that song.
He impressed everybody with this song. And at other parties, everybody was later asking him, please do that. Please give us some performance.
Erasmus star.
Yeah, and that was really nice. Yeah, very nice person. Yeah, so very nice, and I met plenty of awesome people. And actually, to sum up, I would say if you have an opportunity, please do, and go and see stuff and meet people and learn and just enjoy. And this is perfect. This is just awesome. One of the most lovely moments of one's life, I think. I am really happy I did that.
And you said that Swedish people have some funny joke.
Well, to be true,
How about the sense of humor of Swedish people?
they are kind of closed. Like they hang out with their cliques, or so to say. But if you actually get to know them, they're really funny. They're really nice. Of course, they are special. Sometimes the jokes are special and the people are special. But I have some people that I still keep in touch with from Sweden, and I would say they are super nice. They are really like open-minded, and when you dig through, you can find a really nice feeling inside. So yeah, about the joke. The joke is not really there. It's more mine, and I'm not sure if that should go on air because this is not very funny. But well, this is funny for me. Maybe you are going to enjoy it as well. So the joke is about the lion, and it goes like, why does the lion has a tail in the back? Well, the answer is because in front of the lion there is a lion. Ha ha ha. So if you are going to enjoy it, then you got the joke. So
Why didn't you want to stay in Sweden forever?
I didn't want to stay in
Because
Sweden.
of the jokes?
Because of the jokes. No, actually, the winter lasting more than half a year, and the temperatures and stuff like that. Actually, I didn't like the weather, so the weather kind of scared me away. So no. I mean, I wanted to see. I can't sit on my ass for for too long. So I thought to myself, I saw it, I've been there, and 3 years is enough. And now I want to be somewhere else. I want to see other stuff. So basically, that's why. I didn't really learn, and I didn't really achieve so many skills when it comes to Swedish language. So maybe if I would focus a little bit more on that, then maybe I'd stay. But actually, I didn't want to stay there. I saw it, and it was enough for me.
Did you have, maybe you still have, any Erasmus song?
Yeah, the one and only song, and that would always remind me of that time, will be one of the stupid songs maybe, but really catchy too. Please, Duck Sauce and Barbra Streisand, of course.
Okay, we will listen to it at the end. I want to say really thank you for interviewing our studio in Radio Meteor. and enjoy our program, because next time we will have another person with another stories, with another country, and I think you'll get more information how to be alive during Erasmus and after Erasmus. Did you have any post-Erasmus depression?
Yes. I wouldn't leave my house for quite a while. I had a pre-Erasmus depression when I went there. First month was sucky for me, and when I came back, it was kind of bad, because my mom would collect me and she was so happy that she's seeing me, and I would just burst in tears that I'm there and it's over and tra-la-la. But yeah, well, now it's over. I'm not depressed anymore. You are somewhere and there is the chapter of your life and then it ends, and of course that's sad, right? But then another chapter starts and then it's cool again, so yeah.
That's true. Now you can go for the second Erasmus. This is a good opportunity.
Yeah, I've been thinking about that too. Yeah, this is a nice thing. I thought that when I was doing that, the Erasmus was only like one live thing, and then they changed it into bachelor and master opportunity. So this is really cool. When I'm gonna do some other master stuff, then I would definitely apply again. Okay. Oh yes.
My guests were Katarzyna Heinze, who were studying in Sweden. My name is Gabriela Jelonek. Technical support, David Surdeko. Thank you, and see you next time.
Bye bye.
Erasmus Evening.